Aries, this is a general reading, a love reading, and a financial reading. Now, this is my own interpretation, so do take that information that resonates with you, and if there's any information that does not resonate with you, leave that for someone else, as it will definitely benefit them. I can be found on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do longer weekly videos and shorter daily videos, and I also do personal readings, so get in touch for that on Facebook. Now, do stick with us though, as there's definitely a message here for you. So let's get right into that general reading. Okay, looks like Aries, on the general front, it looks like you will have a very love-oriented time in the near future. And I see possibility for basically some huge growth in terms of your love, your romance, and your relationships in general. So I see some great emotional bonds either being grown or being cast. So let's keep an eye on that as we go into the love reading and also into the financial reading. Let's just keep an eye on that. Okay. So onto the love reading here. So in terms of love, I see that you have been having some difficulties recently. It's felt like there's somebody against you. It could even be groups of people against you. You felt like you were in the losing seat and that things were just pointed at you and pointed against you. I really noticed that things have really been drastic and dire, that basically it's felt like a fight for your life, basically, that you've been really struggling and you've really had some hard times. I do note that it looks like this, as it had been, is still ongoing, even now, that there is some difficulties and there seems to be somebody out to get you in some way. It may not be that they're out to hurt you or out to do anything specific, but it seems like they are against you, even if it's just subconsciously. I do note that this seems to be somebody close to you, that there's somebody around you in your circle of friends or a family member who is kind of there, kind of having this impact on you. And that person is basically causing you harm, causing you grief, etc. It doesn't seem like this is intentional, but it is having a big impact on you emotionally and personally. And honestly, it's not cool, basically. So I really do notice that based on that information and based on this situation, that the outcome overall for you will be very serene. In some way, there will be a process from this drastic, very difficult and challenging situation onto this situation where the situation is still ongoing, and that there's basically gone from like multiple people to a single person kind of causing you that grief, and then that will end out in a result of serenity, calmness, and comfort, basically. So let's look a little bit further into this, just because it looks like there is some specific information that we're missing here. Now, I do note here that we have pulled this here, the Page of Swords, so I really notice that there is a lot of swords here. Now, that does mean that there's going to be a lot of thought-provoking information, so there will be a lot of information coming your way. And I do notice that that person is going to be a new person, that person is going to either enter your life, enter your friend group, something like that, and they are going to kind of cause an upset, completely change the dynamic of your relationships, your friendships, and it is going to be very tough on you. I really do notice that this this has been a recent thing, that they just recently entered, and that honestly it looks like that person has had kind of an open mind, has been looking for things, has been trying to make their statements and speak their mind, but that honestly it looks like they have felt like they aren't being accepted. Now, I really do see this as an opportunity that you and that person will really begin to see eye to eye, And this could be where that general reading comes in, that person who recently entered your life, recently entered your friend group, that person, although they've caused these situations and made you personally feel like things are changing, things aren't going quite your way, that this is how it's meant to be, and that things will settle into place the way that they're meant to go. And that honestly, there could very well be love in the situation for you and that person. That person, they aren't doing things maliciously. They're doing things with kind intentions, and they're really doing things not just for themselves. They're kind of doing things to join you, to join your friends, and that all will play out with an outcome of positivity, warmth, happiness for you both. And I do see this coming out as a relationship, as a new love for you. So I really do see great things there. For those of you who are already in a relationship, happy, I do see that this is going to be somebody who will become a very close friend rather than somebody who you're in a relationship with. I do see great things coming of this, and I do note that person, I'll just reiterate, that they are not here maliciously. They're not here to hurt you. They've just been causing some issues, and it's not been on purpose, but that I do see you and that person really developing a close bond. Now, let's get into the financial reading here. Oh, looks like a couple of cards actually just jumped on out. So, in terms of the financial reading, I see that there is a couple of cards here. Okay. So, it looks like you recently have had some forward progress and some comfort in your work, in your financial life. Could be some strong structure, could be some situations where you've just really felt comfortable, happy with what you're doing. You felt like the situation that you have in your finances has been really reliable. And I really do notice that it has been growing gradually, just a neat, tidy progress, but I do notice that as we move into the current times, that things have been a little bit more kind of difficult for you, that it's felt like you are kind of in a stuck situation where you're being held back from something. And I really do notice that basically that progress that you had has kind of come to an abrupt stop, and that maybe even some progress has fallen off, and that you're really feeling undeveloped, underappreciated, and that things are kind of against you. I do notice here that change in progress is just related to how things have progressed recently, Aries. That basically these situations that have come up for you recently, you've had a lot of spending. There's been a lot of things that you need to spend on, and that things have been a bit troublesome in the very recent times and like up to current times. I do see that very soon that you will have a new situation come up, something that will give you a great opportunity, some great choice that's very close at hand. What I notice here is that first, there will be an opportunity, like maybe a new job opportunity, something like an interview, a great situation will happen for you that you have the choice of. You will not be required to take this opportunity in order to progress or develop. It absolutely looks like it is your own choice, but this will pull you out of this troublesome situation, not by making that choice positively, but by just as soon as that choice is as soon as it shows itself, that's when these tough situations are going to fall off. Now, I notice here that we do have the Lovers, which I will point out that this is a love kind of focused time frame, that you can expect that most of your time will be spent thinking of those relationships, that romance, these new situations in your love life, in your romance, rather than focusing so hard on your finances. And I do notice that your finances will not be the main point of your life, but that the finances will even out while you aren't really paying too much attention to them. So I really do notice that, and let's just keep an eye on that as we go through our day-to-day life, Aries. And I really see that things will progress naturally and nicely for you. But just be aware that things will be more focused on your love life rather than on your finances. Okay, that does bring us to the end of this reading, Aries. So I'll just reiterate that I can be found on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos. I also do personal readings, so get in touch with me on Facebook for that. See you next time.